GPT-4's massive update. New image release. Have you heard about ChatGPT? It's all people talk about these days. Recently, people are worried about it and how the robots are taking over, while others are excited and see this as an opportunity to actually make things better. Through all this hype, engineers are working hard to make ChatGPT even better, and on March 24th, they released ChatGPT 4, which brought some seriously awesome improvements with it. Multimodal capabilities. The word multimodal here means now, and ChatGPT can do way more than just work on the same old texts. Now, it can work with a lot more stuff, like pictures, videos, and even audio inputs. You can give it anything as an input, and it will generate a result as an output. The best part of GPT-4 may be its ability to take in words from you and give you an output in pictures. You can now just type in painting of a festival in the woods and then hit enter, and it will generate an image just like that. GPT-4 even knows different languages. You can now give a song as input by giving it the lyrics, and you can ask GPT to translate it into another language, and it will just do that. You thought that was enough? There's more. If you're too busy to watch a video, ChatGPT can now watch the video for you and then write about it. So if you're too lazy to summarize a sports game or a funny cat video, just give it to GPT-4 and it'll write a description for you. GPT-4 is still a work in progress and being fine-tuned, but it's going to be a game changer with its multimodal abilities. This is going to revolutionize how we are going to interact with our computers in the near future. This is going to make things a lot more fun, easier, and natural. Function calling. Are you a software engineer who's sick of getting unexpected errors and has to go through websites like Stack Overflow over and over again? GPT-4 might be for you, because trust us when we tell you guys, this is a coding guru. The new feature we're talking about is function calling. All you have to do is describe the function you want and boom, it generates the code for you. It's super powerful and can be used in so many awesome ways. If you're seriously short on time, and let's suppose there's a deadline approaching fast, you can use this feature to generate your code. All you have to do is tell GPT what you're trying to build and in whatever framework you want to do that on. It will write a well-optimized code for you. With this, you can easily create new software applications or automate tasks without having to go through a lot of trouble. Speaking of automation, function calling is great for automating tasks too. Let's say you want to automate the task of adding up a list of numbers. Just describe the function to GPT-4 and it'll handle it for you so that all this repeated work doesn't end up boring you. This function calling feature is a true master at problem solving. Now, you can describe a function that takes some data and gives you the best answer. With this, you can predict the weather, forecast sales, and crack all sorts of tricky puzzles. See how easy this has made your life as a software developer? Because now you can do the same amount of work in literally half the time. Even businesses can automate their important tasks, like summarizing customer feedback. And scientists can use it to solve some tricky math problems, making the lives of everyone easier. Better safety and alignment. When we talk about safety in AI models, you need to understand how they're trained first. The internet is full of data, right? So every kind of data is different. People use different tones in their interactions, and there are different norms everywhere. The AI is like a little kid who doesn't know any better and only learns from what you feed into it. And it may give out some unwanted outputs. To avoid things like these, engineers keep making these AI models better while working on their safety so that the AI model avoids spitting out some harmful or offensive stuff. Since these models can generate all sorts of content like text, images, and code. But if they're not safe, they could end up producing content that hurts people or groups, and that's a big no. Alignment is another thing engineers work on. This focuses on whether the language model's responses match up with our human values. As these models get more powerful, we need to make sure they're being used for good instead of evil. You see why this is important? To make GPT-4 safer and more aligned, the engineers at OpenAI took some steps. They filtered out the training data to discard any kind of nasty or offensive content. That way, GPT-4 won't be able to generate that kind of stuff. They also added safety constraints during the training process to make sure GPT-4 is more likely to give us safe and aligned responses. The people at OpenAI are even keeping an eye on how GPT-4 is being used by making community guidelines and making sure people stick to it instead of letting it loose to generate harmful or offensive content. All these efforts mean that GPT-4 is now less likely to give out any nasty response and more likely to give us accurate and helpful responses. Reduced pricing. The prices of ChatGPT have been slashed. OpenAI decided to lower the cost, making it easier and way more affordable for a business and regular folks to tap into the awesome powers of GPT-4. Know this: GPT-4 is a beast when it comes to generating text, translating languages, writing creative content, and answering questions. The GPT 3.5 Turbo model saw a price drop by 25%, which means you can now get it for just 0.15 of a cent per 1,000 input tokens and 0.2 of a cent per 1,000 output tokens. That sounds like a pretty good deal. Because of this new, awesome pricing, GPT-4 seems much more affordable for businesses to automate tasks, for content writers to create content, and solve problems without emptying their wallets. Money aside, these new prices will attract more people towards ChatGPT, leading to some really cool applications and services being built. Think of all the research and innovative solutions that will come out of this. Increased context length. To understand this, you'll have to understand what tokens are. So, when dealing with AI, you have to break down words into small little chunks called tokens for it to understand. What are tokens? They're these little building blocks that language models use to understand and process text. With OpenAI's latest and greatest, the GPT-4 can handle way more tokens than its older versions. It's got a context length of 8,192 tokens, while the previous one, GPT-3, could only handle 4,096 tokens. And it may not sound like it, but this is a huge upgrade. Why is this good? With a longer context length, GPT-4 can handle a lot more complex prompts. Let's say you ask it to write an essay about something. Maybe it's your homework from school. GPT-4 can take in the whole prompt at once and give you an essay that actually makes sense and sounds good. In the past, it had to process the prompt one tiny token at a time, which made it harder to come up with a coherent and well-structured essay. Even better is its ability to help with tasks that involve long prompts. Stuff like summarizing long articles, translating languages, and answering questions. GPT-4 can handle those without any problems because now it's got a lot more stuff to work with. Better accuracy and performance. GPT-4 is way better at understanding stuff and giving responses than the older versions. This is because this model is trained on a massive amount of text and code, making it smarter and giving it a better understanding of the world. This makes it easier for it to handle complicated questions and prompts. The AI engineers tweaked it so it can deal with those tricky and complex queries, and that means it's more likely to give you accurate and helpful responses. GPT-4 is now faster too. The engineers made some adjustments to their model so that it can process information much more quickly. That's important for real-time applications like chatbots or customer service. You don't want to be waiting forever for a response when you're trying to order food or get some help. GPT-4 can handle those situations much better and give you quicker replies. What do you think about the all-new ChatGPT 4? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's video, then make sure to leave us a thumbs up. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to be always updated with the most exciting content as soon as it's uploaded. See you again soon in another video.